Hello, everyone, and welcome to a quarantine episode of WW Show. It is episode 19.
To be fair, does a quarantine episode really we're already quarantined when we're not next year we record this anyway.
Yeah, we record this remote anyway, so it's nothing's changed on our end in terms of ability to record shows, ability to out interviews. In fact, if anything, interviews have gone up.
Which it's because I'm working from home, so I'm like, oh, I have to watch a bunch of tutorials. Let's just kind of multitask.
Mike works from home, so he can not only watch tutorials, but he can also do more interviews. Because you're working from home, I am not. Where I work is considered essential, so.
To be fair, my work is essential also, but my work is quote-unquote essential, and we're working remote essential, not
same type. What I do can't be done remotely, so. Yeah, so I get to go into work every day, everybody else in the home. So, yeah.
How is leaving the house right now? Are there cars on the road? Does it look like an apocalypse happened?
No, I mean it's a little bit lighter traffic.
I've got to ask the question in your household. How is your toilet paper stockpile?
Fine.
Oh, okay. You don't have thousands of toilet paper rolls?
Nope.
Oh. You don't understand. You could sell it for good money.
See the guy that got arrested for trying to do that?
No, I did not. It's funny as hell. Did you see I think it was the woman who got arrested for licking $35,000 worth of produce and meat around Chicago?
I saw there was one in Jersey.
I mean, it was Jersey. But yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Well, somebody else got charged with domestic terrorism for that.
Which is... I'm glad we're all handling this calmly. There are no chaos going on in the world. Nothing at all.
I mean, people are just idiots anyway, so...
I think we knew that one. I think this just proved it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I don't know if we said this. I'm Mike. That there is ye old AJ.
Not that much older than you.
Ye old AJ. Oh, like OLE apostrophe?
Yeah, I'm not that much older. I'm what, a year older than you?
That's a long fucking time. A lot happened in the past year.
A lot happened in the past 2 weeks, so.
This is true. Nice. Yeah, housekeeping. As of now, no MomoCon. MomoCon is officially delayed, which means I don't know.
Their official statement is that
we'll have to see when it comes back what's happening.
Pull up there.
Does that sound accurate?
Their update statement. They are currently exploring new dates for the MomoCon 20 experience and will continue to work around the clock with Congress Center, hotel partners, and government officials, and an update as soon as possible.
Which literally means no one is quite sure, but I think it's pretty safe to say since Indy 500 just moved out Memorial Day weekend, it's not happening at Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised that Momo kind of reacted when they did, and Indy was like, well, we're still gonna...
That is true.
Still gonna wait and see.
To be fair, though, I think Indiana is in a state order where Georgia is not. But again, would go back to your point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very interesting. I'm a little disappointed, but we will figure out what is happening when it is happening. So, AJ, we have, I think, the 3 biggest games of the last 2 weeks on our list between us. Where would you like to begin?
Call of Duty Warzone is arguably the greatest way to level up in that game.
Wait, so is it the same level up system as the multiplayer?
Uh-huh. And it's weapon XP. Well, okay, so here's how it works.
Okay, walk me through this.
There's a pre-lobby
Okay.
that you drop into, and you're given a gun, and any damage or kills that you get with that gun count towards the progress.
Wait, in the pre-lobby?
Yeah.
What the hell?
So, like, the last game that I played, the first gun that I dropped with was a crossbow, and I got like 3 or 4 kills with that, and unlocked a new scope for it in multiplayer.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, it doesn't count towards like you're standing in the final in the game, so and it kind of makes sense. Like you're doing damage with the guns because you can actually kill people in the re-lobby. They just respawn. So and then XP that you get from guns on pickups. So like just stuff just laying around doesn't count towards the guns. But if you get a loadout drop, all that stuff counts towards the guns that you.
That is. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, legitimately, to me, the fundamental concern is, like, obviously it's the same system. A, it's weird. And then B, it's this weird thing of, because that was kind of the Call of Duty's thing, is we have the RPG system on the back end, and it kind of just broke it.
I mean, it does and it doesn't. Like, you're still doing stuff with the guns. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going in and a kill in Warzone is worth 1,000 XP and, you know, instantly leveling 2 or 3 levels on a gun. And then it makes sense that when you're using your loadouts, that you're getting the XP for that because you're using the gun. Is you can. So the thing that balances the loadouts is it's the most expensive thing. It's $6,500 to get a loadout drop. Maybe a 64. Either way, it's a lot of money, and so the only way that you get money is through crates. Will drop anywhere from 100 to I've seen 2,000 come out of a crate. And then you pick up cash if you kill somebody. So you either have to be extremely lucky with crates or lucky with crates and good with, you know, whatever guns you pick up to even get to the 6,000. Unless it's late game. So the loadout drop gets kind of balanced in that sense. But, I mean, like, my loadout that I have specifically for Warzone, I need to tweak a little bit, but it's an MP5 with the 10 mil rounds and the monolith suppressor on it. So it does increased damage because of the rounds, and it does increased damage and range because of the suppressor. So it has 30 rounds in a mag. I can take somebody from full shields to dead 30 rounds. The MP5 just absolutely slaps, and probably the next best gun would be the, I guess, the Odin. I probably need to put that as my second gun. Because right now I have a Kar 98, and sniping is impossible in Warzone. Unless you're just a camper. So I need to figure out if I'm going to do the Odin or like an MP4 or something, or an M4 or something like that for my second gun. But
so remind me, did you play Blackout ever?
No, never played Blackout.
Okay. So we can't compare to that, but I've got to ask. So let's say pretend I have a magic whiteboard in front of me, and it's the ranking of the big battle royales, right? So the Fortnites, the Apexes, all that, right? Where does this go on the ranking?
What do you mean?
How does it, like, is it a better battle royale than Apex?
Um, yes.
Really, that's interesting. Why?
Well, I just like Call of Duty better than
Than that feel.
Apex. Yeah.
Which I agree with you, they feel different, but I would argue Apex is probably one of the shooter that probably feels closest to Call of Duty because the team behind it, obviously.
My biggest pet peeve about battle royales is when they have um like character specials, like the alts and stuff like that. Like in
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty, you have kill streaks, yes, but there's also the field upgrades. None of that is very. It's not game changing.
So it gives you like a 5% boost versus like a 150% boost.
Right, like you've all the kill streaks that you can buy, is you can buy kill streaks. You can buy the UAV, precision airstrike, or the mortar strike. Um, I think you can buy the shield turret, which I've only ever picked up.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is extremely deadly if you set it up on the edge of the circle as it's closing in,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just mow people down. Um, but the precision airstrike and the mortar strike are ones that it's the laser designator.
Okay.
So you need to like physically point it at something and hit it. No, it's not like a VTOL or something like that where you just open up the map and can select it.
Which is okay.
So it adds an.
Maybe I've been meaning to touch it for a bit, and actually I have my PS4 with me as we get to where I am right now, and so I could poke at it. I've just been playing other stuff, but I'm definitely curious on this because I feel like it made a bigger splash than we thought it would too. Because I'm surprised always when a battle royale comes out and like there's this that makes a giant splash. Because like how is the space not full?
Call of Duty is how.
Right, but like
Because, like, Fortnite's always gonna have its thing.
it's like it's like PUBG. It's like my joke with Pokemon Go. We don't talk about these games, but they're not dead.
Yeah, PUBG lives on mobile. I think especially
Even on PC, it's like I understand it's not the numbers it used to. It doesn't get talked about as it used to, but I guarantee there's still an audience there, and it's still profitable, and it's still making oods of money.
Yeah, the back of the mobile has helped them a ton.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Mobile makes them more money, but I meant more like if I just put PC in isolation, it's still an extremely successful game right now.
I think it's like 10% of what its audience used to be.
Which
But
its audience used to be insane. Yeah. That's still what the top 3% of Steam games, top 1% of Steam games.
Well, let's find out. Pull up Steam. I already have it open.
I bet you it's still within the top 50 games
Stats.
concurrent. Because what's the top game? Probably Dota, and then like
currently playing PUBG, and this is at 11:30 Eastern on Friday morning. There are 457,722 people.
Okay, give me a number. Where does that rank comparatively? Like, give me something close to it.
It's currently third.
Okay, my point stands. Thank you, everybody.
And that's today. It is approximately. It's currently 200,000 behind Dota 2, and 600,000 behind Counter-Strike.
Whoa, okay. We gotta take a sidetrack here for a second. Dota 2, not saying I like the game. I understand why people keep playing it and like it's how it's upgrading, right? Why the fuck are people still playing Counter-Strike? Why are a million people playing Counter-Strike right now?
Counter-Strike's bigger than it's ever been.
Why are a million people concurrently playing that game right now?
Because it is 6 o'clock in Europe.
Damn Europeans and Asians, that's why.
Well, in Asia it would be
It's
almost
early
midnight.
Enough. So yes, people are playing.
So the fourth most played game right now is Grand Theft Auto. It is at 181,000. So a lot of these aren't down from their peaks
Yeah,
today because,
a lot of people are home.
yeah, you're not going to see a decrease at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, these numbers are probably going to go up.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
true.
I have the top 100 games by player count.
Okay. I bet you I could name a good chunk of them, but yes, go on.
What do you think the last one is?
Number one is it a game I would know. Like, don't give me some random bullshit I wouldn't know.
You might know it. It's
Slime
an
Rancher.
ARPG. No, it's not Slime Rancher. It's an ARPG, it says.
I don't know. See, I've heard the term. I don't know if I know what that term actually means.
It's Grim Dawn.
I've maybe heard of it.
I've
maybe.
heard the name before, so.
But I have zero, like, in my head, doesn't go anywhere when you say that.
The second to last game is a zombie game.
Zombie.
It is from. Hold on.
Dying Light?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's not Dead Island. There's no fucking way it's Dying Light. Because I was trying to put big zombie games on there, and I think Zombie, which is the Ubisoft game, I think is only on Uplay.
Also, how many players do you think Doom 2016 has right now?
Ooh. 50,000.
I'll tell you this. It is currently 500 behind Half-Life Alyx. That being said,
so it's at like
there are
18,000.
7,100 people playing Doom.
Which, actually, for a game that old, I don't think that's a bad number.
Especially when it has a sequel that's out right.
Right. Like, actually, objectively, I would be content if you told me my game from that many years ago had that many concurrent players, so yeah.
Speaking of Doom Eternal, though, it has currently 24,000.
Which...
Its daily peak is 36.
Which, you know what's interesting about that? That means Doom 2016 is getting about half the retention rate as the new game.
Not even.
Oh, you're right. I know I got half of them. I was saying math wrong. But, like, I don't know if that's bad numbers, though, also for Doom Eternal, because it's a single player game, so, like, the numbers don't do the same. I know there's multiplayer, but, like, people relatively don't play for that. And then it's hard to tell kind of how much of it is a console game, too.
How many people do you think... Okay, I'm going to give you two games.
Okay.
You'll have to guess which one has more. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links or Farming Simulator 19?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links just came out this week, so I bet you that game.
Duel Links has approximately half of Farming
Really?
Simulator 19.
I just assumed, because I thought Duel Links was the one that just came out.
Well, it has 10,000 players on it right now.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it's 3,000 more than Doom 2016 or Half-Life Alyx.
I'm going to say the honest thing, too. If you like to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, actually, those Konami games actually aren't bad.
Yeah. I've been trying to get into, like... So, obviously, there's Magic Arena, MTG Arena.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get into more of those CCGs.
The Pokemon Online one, actually, I'd argue stick with, is not bad. It works really well for matchmaking, and the way they build their credit system, it's actually really easy to get packs, obviously either by buying real packs in real life or using the digital currency.
Okay. Just here. How many players do you think Borderlands 3 has right now?
It's, what is it, like, it's been on Steam for like 4 weeks, 3 weeks. What was...
It's currently at its peak.
What did we say Doom Eternal was at, roughly?
24,000.
60.
56,802.
Ooh, okay. Borderlands 3 DLC came out last night, that's why. And it's the first new DLC since it released on Steam.
So the biggest jump is between 4th and 3rd.
It's like almost double, isn't it?
It's Grand Theft Auto 5 currently has 181,225 players on it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, Red Dead 2 has 24,000 players on it, but Red Dead 2 I think is also very big on the Rockstar launcher.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to see those numbers on Steam. GTA 5 has 181,225 players on it right now. PUBG is in 3rd with 457,000. PUBG is definitely still big. It also just had its year 3 event, I guess. So, because that came up on my, Steam has their what's new.
Mm-hmm.
And the year 3 for PUBG. Excuse me. Man, I slept like dog shit this week, I'll tell you what.
Apparently.
Well, so the problem is with everybody at home, the dogs are out and about. And normally, on a normal week, the dogs are in my room and wake me up.
Out and about.
Yeah, wake me up because they need to go outside. So
Mm-hmm.
now I've been sleeping in and has ruined my sleep schedule.
Okay.
Also, apparently the people behind House Flipper have a dog trainer game. So, there you go. It's releasing on TBA.
Okay. So, AJ, do you want to talk about the Cackless monster known as Nook, or do you want to talk about the demons yet?
Animal Crossing New Horizons is the most just hop in, check a box game ever.
Have you played the old Animal Crossings?
It's been a while. I think the last one I played was on a DS.
3DS was the last Animal Crossing, so.
I didn't have a 3DS.
Okay, so you definitely did not play the last one. So do you enjoy this game?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I don't know. My issue with Animal Crossing is I feel like I know there are goals, but I feel like the goals feel like chores.
I mean, there's always the thing of donate 15 things to the museum and then it can expand.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, once you do that, it's, kind of pointless to keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not any more I mean, you can obviously chip away at the loan, but, I had gotten my base house paid off within a day of it expanding.
Mm-hmm.
So once I got the museum expanded, it's kind of pointless to keep playing. So I just shut it off, and then I'll hop on and talk to everyone in the town, because that's a thing they have to keep up on. And So I have yet to hit the crazy spot that a lot of people are in, where their houses are just massive and have all these different things.
Which is very much a later Animal, which is probably my issue with Animal Crossing. It gets to that point too. You're like, it takes too long.
Oh, it definitely takes way too long to do anything in this game.
That's kind of the point of that game. The best picture of Animal Crossing is you go in, play 30 minutes every day. Is kind of the thing with it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. AJ, I've been slaying the demons this week. I have.
Going back to church?
Well, it's close enough. To be fair, Doom Eternal is very religious theme-wise. The Doom is inherently a very Catholic-themed game.
Would you say it's Catholic or more of like, an Orthodox?
It's very Christian. But it's very Christian or Catholic in its essence of like what we define as. I know it's not Christian in like, but like in the way we define as like when you say the good versus evil, the devil versus the savior, like it very much has the themes kind of built into it.
So what you're telling me is Doom Guy is Jesus. Or no, it would be, is it St. Peter that kills the demon?
Bro.
Or no, Peter's at the pearly gates. I don't know, you're Catholic. Saints.
Wait, what'd you say? Why are you doing this now?
Michael?
I'm back.
Mike. Mike.
Hi. Yeah. What were you saying? You were saying about...
I said you're Catholic. Tell me what saints.
What are the saints? All of the saints? You want all of the saints?
Well, no. Which one pulled off the demon?
Michael, it's the one I'm named after. That's the easy one.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't remember if, like, I was like, okay, no, Peter's at the pearly gates. Michael.
It's Saint Michael the Archangel. Yeah, it's Revelation. One of the books is literally about him fighting them off one at a time.
Well, Revelation is about the end of.
Right, but one of them is about him like having like the fight with them and then pushing Satan down to the earth or beneath the earth.
All right.
Yeah.
So Doom Guy is Saint Michael.
Exactly. Doom Guy is Saint Michael. Doom Eternal. If I told you it is more Doom, with bigger guns, bigger demons, and more explosions, would you believe me?
Yep.
So I think I have minor gripes. I think most people talk about this. Is there are moments that platforming is a little too much in this game. Little too much. I think one of the things that's interesting to me, because it's in moments I really like it, and in moments I hate it, where I feel like every single combat encounter, because you keep walking into these arenas, which are obviously the combat encounters, it feels like they just try to throw every demon at you in every encounter.
Yeah, Doom 1 was kind of like that too, or it was like...
Where, like, there are moments where I go, I don't know if I need to see this demon every single time.
Right.
Like, I prefer a little more variety on, like if I have 8 demon types, I'd be like, okay, this encounter should have 5, not all 8.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you play through Doom 2016, it's like, you go, all right, here's the encounter. Then it's,
which
a
is
30-second
funny,
break.
I feel Doom 2016 was almost better at that.
And but it's just like, okay, you know that you're going into an encounter, and you're basically going to be pushed to the edge. Really, no matter, like, it seemed like no matter what the difficulty, I never played Doom 2016 on the easiest difficulty. It felt like whatever difficulty you played on, you were always just about to die and always out of ammo after an encounter.
That's you feel this one. It's feel during the counter because it has the same game loop. So during 2016, you had the chainsaw for ammo, melee for health, that kind of game loop. The only thing now is they added a flamethrower to get armor.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which I actually forget I have it half the time. Because, like, it's just like, I almost feel like it's because armor isn't the same level of necessity. I don't, like, when my instincts kick in, I don't feel like it's the thing that comes to my mind. Because, for sure, like, you need armor and armor helps, but, like, if I lose my armor, I'm not dead. If I lose my health, I am dead.
Yeah.
There's an enemy, actually, one of the things I like is, so they have shielded enemies again. And so if you get the plasma gun, actually it makes the shields explode. So, like, you could time it. We have a shield guy surrounded by a bunch of other guys, make him explode. And he now took out a good chunk of people.
Cool.
But yeah, Doom Eternal, I'm probably like maybe halfway through right now. I'm about to meet an old friend in the game, it sounds like, so that's gonna be exciting.
Samuel Hayden?
Damn right.
Who,
my mission right now is to find Samuel Hayden.
Up until, 2 months ago, you didn't realize was just Satan?
Shh. Don't. Which is funny. So in this game right now, to stop the hell from taking over, I'm gonna go find Satan.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I swear, like, for people that maybe get the wrong impression, like, Mike's a fairly smart person. And then he goes and says things like, Tampa's on the Atlantic, and he didn't realize Samuel Hayden was supposed to be Satan. And it makes you wonder.
Again, objectively, I'm a decently smart person, so I'm told. Not everyone tends to believe me. I'm just saying.
I would say maybe people tend not to believe that you're smart because you say things like Tampa's on the other side of Florida. Here's the thing, like, you are always so confident going into it.
That is the. Am I always? Yeah.
Like, you're ride or die, and I got to give you credit. Like, your confidence that Tampa was on the Atlantic was so high. And I was like, just an idiot. And you definitely live up to the text conversation that you had a couple weeks ago.
Wait, which conversation do we have? About what?
I'll tell you exactly what you asked me. While I was on a flight. Let's see.
What dumb thing did I ask you? Did I ask you something dumb?
Something. Recording about to get canceled.
It's always terrifying when you're like, what did I ask him?
Friday, March 6th at 7:15 a.m. Am I our Dan Reichert? My response, at times.
At times.
Your response, which is delayed because that was when I was flying to Salt Lake. I'm offended. My response to that, you knew the answer to that before you asked. Be real with yourself.
What did I call you at that point?
So
Alex?
You never agreed to that statement. But your response was, you're Alex, that means. My response to that, if that means I am incredibly talented at drumming, absolutely. Your response, he also probably called Dan out the most.
Which is true. If I just say who called him out, because Vinny would just go, oh, Dan. Well, Alex would be like, you're an idiot.
I'm absolutely, Mike, you're an absolute.
Fine. We will live with what you just said.
show title. It's WWE show episode 19. Mike's an idiot.
Okay, whatever. So it says here you've been watching Westworld.
Season 3.
How is it?
So episode 2 just came out this past week as we're recording this. So by the time the show goes up, episode 3 will be out. So what I'm about to say is probably already old news. Episode 2 of season 3 is probably the most just confused in a good way I've been with that show.
Interesting.
There's a lot of shows where you're confused for all the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And that's never fun. Westworld definitely had some of that being up its own ass, especially in the second season.
I was gonna be like, Westworld is one of those shows where I feel like being up your ass that we expect from the show.
Yeah, it tends to be good about it. Like
your True Detective was up his own ass too.
Well, the second season was especially.
That's true.
And maybe that's the problem with new HBO is their second seasons are just so... Look how clever we were in the first season. Do that again, and I'm gonna put it in your face. But this is... I mean, it's not a spoiler to say that season 3 takes place outside of the park.
Which is a very interesting decision.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense if you've seen season 2. Season 3 is taking place outside of the park. But yeah, it's amazing, as Westworld always is.
That's true.
I was talking to a guy at work last night, and he didn't realize that Crichton wrote both Jurassic Park and Westworld. Because there's a reference in episode 2 to a dragon going to Costa Rica, a startup in Costa Rica, which is obviously where Jurassic Park is. Like, man, that was cool. And I'm like, yeah, you didn't know that they were written by the same guy? He goes, what? Yeah. Crichton wrote both Jurassic Park and Westworld. And in fact, he wrote both the movies.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a Westworld movie from like the...
Yeah, it's 90s or 80s. Yeah.
Oh. That's the wrong...
I thought it was like late 80s?
1973.
Oh, wow, that's a lot earlier than I thought.
Poster looks like, Voorhees. Very disturbing poster.
That for sure sounds like it.
Apparently there was a sequel called Future World. And a short-lived television series called
Beyond Westworld.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
So, 2 of the worlds featured in the movie, which... So the movie was released in 73. Plot.
Okay.
In the then-future year of 1983. So, obviously Westworld, Western world. Medieval world they haven't covered. Nor have they covered Roman world. So... The only other world that they've shown, if you've gone up through season 2, is Feudal World, I think is what they call it. Also, apparently in the movie, Westworld was 1,000 a day.
What do you mean 1,000 a day?
For $1,000 per day, guests may indulge in any adventure with the android population.
That's surprisingly expensive.
Well, it is, but then you also, like, they're taking you to, well, for the show, they're taking you to the South China Sea, and you can do whatever.
So. That's
I
true.
always like they've never touched on it in the show, but I always assumed that the cost of in the show the cost of going to Westworld was like 50 or 60 grand at
So you
the
thought it was a lot more.
at the cheap end, because it feels very much like this is for the billionaires that have nothing else to do.
Yeah, actually, so like relatively, I know $1,000 is a lot, but like you could see where a lot of people in their lifetime could actually go to it.
Yeah,
It's like the Disney argument, kind of like in your lifetime,
yeah.
a surprising percentage of the population, independent of income level, will go to Disney.
I mean that's 7 grand for a week. Like,
Again, expensive trip, but like if you save for 30, like you could have
like
that where you go, we're gonna do this once.
yeah, like the average middle class family of 4
At one point in their life, might do it.
could do it. Like,
Yeah. Again, it's not a trip you take a lot, but
right.
okay. So yeah. For record, I kind of lose this for you. So I drove from Florida to around Chicago, AJ, in a single day.
I thought you were. Oh no, that's Memorial Day, which you're probably not going to be able to fly on Memorial Day. So
Yeah, we're gonna figure a lot of that stuff out. So yeah, what I learned is, by the way, during a pandemic, there is no traffic anywhere in the country.
I'm surprised you didn't get pulled over.
There was no stay orders at that point.
Oh,
Uh, Illinois stay order took effect the next day. It got announced actually when I was like 2 hours from the border. So I lucked out. But yeah, I left at like 4 a.m. from Florida, which was entertaining. I got to drive then through Alabama, through Tennessee, through Kentucky, through Indiana.
yeah. So you went west to go.
I went east to go north.
Said you went through Alabama.
I live just south of Alabama.
Oh right, because you live. Yeah,
Yeah, so I
I
live just
forget
south of
that name.
Alabama, and then when I hit Kentucky, I could either go straight north, which is through Illinois, or I ended up going east through all of Kentucky, basically, and then through Indiana. Because where my parents live, it's right on the eastern side of Illinois, right almost on the border. So,
Did your parents move?
no, you were at this house. You've been in this house.
That's not the eastern border.
I can be in Indiana in 30 minutes.
You could be in.
I drove through Gary,
I
Indiana.
Yeah, I guess if you like booked it, yes, but
I think from when I cut the border, it was like 35 minutes from when I crossed the border.
yeah.
No, we were shockingly close to the border.
But you're not like the way you phrase it is that you're basically on the border with Indiana, which
Yeah, it's not like when we used to live up north and we used to be on the border of Wisconsin. That used to be 5 minutes. It's not
yeah.
that. Okay. AJ, I believe it's time for our monthly F1 update. How are the F1 races going on? Who's winning?
Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the results.
So explain to people what's happening. Let's start there.
So, of course they're not gonna. Just want to see who. So obviously the F1 season has been delayed till
Indefinitely.
June at the earliest. So a couple F1 drivers led by Lando Norris, who is an absolute hilarious follow on social media, teamed up with some esports company host simulated races, digital races in F1 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So they just had not the Bahrain GP, and in it they had Lando Norris. They had a couple reserve drivers, an F2 driver, 2 or 3 sim racing drivers, like professional iRacers, R Factor drivers. They had a former F1 driver who's now a TV correspondent. They had Liam Payne from One Direction.
What the hell?
They had Ian Poulter, the golfer. That was interesting. Apparently they had a soccer goalie, but it was somebody that I didn't know.
So, like, is this entertaining to watch?
Yeah, I mean, it's largely the same. Like, so the thing of it was, like, the Bahrain Grand Prix was different from the Australian GP that they did, and because the Bahrain race, all the cars were equal, so it was much closer. Whereas the Australian race, they raced the just standard cars, so performance differences were apparent. So it's still fun, like, especially if you're somebody that's not necessarily a F1 fan, and you hear that you're a golf fan, and you hear Ian Poulter in his time off from not being able to golf is racing online. You're going to check it out. Possibly the funniest part about the Bahrain race was Lando's game crashed, but he was still in the session, so it was controlled by AI, and Lando Bot, as they were calling it, went
That's
from
funny.
dead last to second.
Wait, really?
Yep. So he got a little lucky because the AI didn't pit to change tires because they were required to do that.
Interesting.
So he got up into second because of that. He ended up finishing in 4th or 5th. But he went from dead last on the pack because his game crashed, so he couldn't qualify. The bot. And so
That is weird.
the funniest part was I was watching Lando's stream, and then obviously the game crashed and everything, so I tuned into the I think the F1 Twitch channel had it, and the commentators were like getting the news that it wasn't actually Lando, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, Lando may be back in. So, and sure enough, I tuned in and he was back driving. I was like, oh man, this is just such a shit show. Like, your driver that is going to directly, like, has the largest following outside of F1 in the digital world with Lando, like, to see him having so many problems with the official F1 game. Like, Codemasters just got, raked over the coals.
Yeah.
So, yeah. NASCAR did this as well in iRacing, and they aired it on TV.
Wow.
That was the second NASCAR iRacing event that was aired on NBC Sports. The first being a all-star race. I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe some of the IndyCar drivers are trying to line up stuff in iRacing. Yeah.
Nice.
Also, to go along with IndyCar, the 500 was delayed to August.
That is true. Yeah, that sounds right. August
23rd. And the Indy road course race is now a doubleheader with NASCAR on July 4th.
Jesus. Also, breaking news I've been seeing is there are some leaking NFL people like inside the organization
Oh
who are
yeah, the
getting
season's getting delayed.
Yep.
So oops, I just quit. Just closed out of the show
The
notes, so
doc.
you're gonna have to
That's fine.
no,
We
but
are about to hit the news segment. I'm thinking we take a 2-minute potty break.
in other words, guys, Mike has to pee.
That's true. This would be a good ad break section. So AJ, make up some ads. I'll be right back.
All right, everyone, we're back to the show. Uh, so
I
Mike
Some
and
might say I invoked the P.
Mike and Donald Trump have something in common, like the pee.
Hey. Invoking the P means two different things to different people. Okay. I invoked production. God damn it. Donald Trump's invoking the P.
I mean, you invoked P of P. As now it's pop
Mm-hmm. Okay.
or PP because you never initialize, short at it of. There's a list that you never.
Thank you. Okay. So we're on to the news segment, AJ. We have a nice variety of news, and not just I didn't say that because I just looked at the article from Variety. One of the bigger things is Wonder Woman is officially delayed, which means the reason that's a big deal, and this will tie to I think AMC announcing they announced this a couple weeks ago that every single AMC is going to be closed from 6 to 12 weeks. Which means at this point, every movie theater in the country is closed.
That was from the announcement, right? So it's
yes.
5 to 11 weeks from where
But
we are now.
The whole point, though, I think we understand is once AMC did it, basically every theater chain in the country kind of said it at the same time.
Yeah.
There's basically going to be no new movies, relatively speaking, for the next 3 months. Yeah. Which led us into the obvious thing that AJ called last week somehow. Last time we talked was basically all the Universal films right now are on demand, and a bunch of other companies are kind of signed on this. Basically, it ranges between it's usually around $20 to $40 pending the film, and then again pending the film, it's either a rental or an ownership.
Yeah.
Which
this was the single most obvious thing.
It's a steeper price tag than I expected. If I'm honest.
No.
$40 is steeper. $20.
Yeah, 40's a little.
$20. $20. I at least understand the logic behind. Because if you're $20 at home with a family, it's still cheaper than going to the movies.
Yeah.
So that's very it was just a very interesting thing to me that it's that price tag, and the other intriguing thing to me is a lot of them you can only rent. Which was a decision I didn't expect them to make.
Also, China has ordered the reclosing of all cinemas.
Because, hear me out, China's been lying about their numbers now for the last couple weeks is why.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, we're going to say the obvious, but China has been lying when they go, we've had no new cases. I call bullshit. There's no way China's... It's like, did you hear Russia last night announced their first case? Okay, Russia. Sure, that was your first case last night.
Yes.
But yeah, so we will get to it in a bit. But we've adjusted Movie Club because of all this. Which leads me into the more interesting variety story, I think, which is Christopher Nolan basically did this giant plea to people being like, you need to go to movie theaters when they open up, because they're gonna close.
Yeah.
Which if I remember right, Nolan's always been this very vocal person, I think, about movie theaters.
Yeah, because he always shoots his films in 70mm film.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it just
is there a link to Souls?
I did not get one pulled immediately. It's not that hard to find. On demand. Because, let's see. I gotta see another article about it real quickly. Got it. So it's The Invisible Man, The Hunt, and Emma. And it's $20 for 48 hours. You get it for 48 hours.
Yeah.
And then Trolls, as of April 10th. God, how much do you think DreamWorks is taking on Trolls? Like, they're taking a bloodbath on, because you know that gets like the cast, it costed a lot of money.
Yeah.
God, I'm surprised. So Trolls is coming out on demand April 10th. Why the hell did they not just push it? That one I don't understand. I would have pushed Trolls. You're not making the same amount of money.
They probably didn't have an option.
Cause like The Hunt, or because The Hunt is Blumhouse, which notoriously Blumhouse Productions makes cheaper films, so they in theory might be able to make their money back. The Trolls is probably what, $100 million film.
Also, like, apparently The Hunt had already been delayed.
Yeah, The Hunt was supposed to come out when like a shooting happened last year or a terrorist attack or something.
September 27th.
Yeah, there was some incident tied to it.
Rabbit hole, September 27th, 2019.
I thought something was that New Zealand was last year or something.
Let's see.
I just remember there was an incident tied to like when it was around supposed to come out.
Happened. It may have been before that because.
Okay, well, something in the world basically made them decide to delay the film.
Hold on, let's see. No, I want what happened. Holiday.
Yeah, like there was some. I know something happened.
Let's go September. Current events September.
Why was The Hunt delayed? Got it. It was the Ohio and Texas massacres in August.
Oh yeah.
Which, because the theming of the film was kind of around hunting people and massacring, so makes sense. But also, I bet you, what's The Hunt's budget? Probably some relatively low number.
Yeah, Blumhouse likes to make them cheap.
Oh, budget was 15 mil. I think they could make 15 mil on streaming on demand.
Oh yeah.
So even if they just break even on this film, they could at least not like comparatively again to Trolls, which DreamWorks is gonna take a bloodbath on Trolls.
Yeah.
Because like if I remember correctly, that cast behind that, like it's one of those things of like all of that, it's gonna
be a rough one.
It's a $90 million budget on Trolls World Tour. You're not making $90 million for a kids movie on streaming because you know that's not happening.
Because like the $20 helps families a lot. I mean, at least by me, a evening showing with 2 kids would be something like $45 just in movie tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So this is now $20. Stay at home. You don't have to pay for parking. You don't have to pay gas.
I got it also. The worldwide box office for it, because it released soon, not everything's closed everywhere. $1.8 million.
Sounds like it was released like the day before everything got shut down.
They probably got Thursday. They probably got something like either Thursday screenings. There's early screenings around the country and stuff. Yeah. God. Jesus. Okay, yeah. I'm just curious. I'm convinced the industry is not going to recover from this.
I mean, the industry will recover. It'll take a year.
I just don't think I bet you that we're about to see the death of movie theaters we've all been concerned about is going to happen. I think this made it happen.
Oh, you're definitely going to see a lot of like mom and pop theaters shut.
I bet even the big chains we're going to see drastically shrink. I'm not saying they're going to die.
Like AMC's definitely going to take a look at the books and be like, okay,
can we cut this? Can we cut our theaters in half?
Yeah, or they'll just cut like the lowest 10% performers,
right.
like.
Mm-hmm. So, it's going to be very interesting. Okay, so the big story, I think, that literally just dropped yesterday, so it helped me out a ton, right? Is this Epic Games publishing announced story, okay? So we need to talk about this because I think Epic Games, and for the record, this is all because of Fortnite, how everything changed. Epic Games continues to, I think, fundamentally change the industry to a better direction towards devs and away from publishers. And there's a few different reasons why. Are you aware of this, AJ? Did you see these stories yesterday?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. So fundamentally yesterday, the Epic announced they're officially a publisher and they're publishing other people's games. So their first set of games was Gen Design, who helped done Last Guardian, Playdead, obviously Bethesda, Inside and Limbo, and Remedy. So Control. They are multi-platform games. That's all we really know about them. The thing that is fundamentally interesting is Epic, because they know this is the best publishing deal in the industry, had the balls to release their publishing terms out in the public. And I think that's what's fundamental about this. There's no backroom deal. They're very clear to go, here is our terms. And I'm going to read these terms. So the thing I think describes it perfectly is Rami Ismail, who's a relatively really famous independent developer, just put these terms in plain English for me to understand how much of an amazing deal this is. You ready? Just to make it clear, Epic pays for your games, for the development, for the marketing, for the publishing. You own your game during and forever, and Epic makes zero creative decisions. After Epic recoups their cost on it, you get 50% of revenue, point blank, forever, not the 70-30 split because of the Epic Store. It's just 50-50 from then on out. So fundamentally, you make your game, keep your game, make the decisions for your game. Epic take all the risks, and either you break even because the game breaks even, or you make half the profit forever.
Yeah, but think about a game like, let's take Control.
Okay.
Which has sold extremely well.
I guarantee the deal is not this.
Well, I would hope not, at least with the 50-50, because, like...
The 50-50 is the part that blows your mind.
It is and it isn't. Like, okay, once costs are recouped, so are you telling me, like, if we wanted to make $1 billion game, because technically you could under these terms, there's full creative control, and they will cover up to 100% of everything.
Oh.
Somebody is going to exploit this.
So, yes, but what's interesting about this on a fundamental level is, though, I assume you know this too, not everyone does them. There's a reason publishers don't talk about their deals out loud. Because their deals don't look like this. The deals tend to be like absurd stuff like, developers get 10% or 20%. You don't get 50% of profits. If you're an independent developer signing with a publisher, you do not get half the profits. Or you take more risk up front.
Well, and yeah, that's more for like indies.
Like, okay, well these terms, I think, these terms we're talking about, like, even like Remedy, it's not a giant studio.
No.
Remedy is a big independent studio by those standards, but it's like a relatively AAA studio, but it's not a giant studio.
No, it's also had, well, Control was its first game that wasn't, they weren't under contract from somebody else.
Right.
So.
I think it matters though, and I think watching, because they also signed Playdead, and so someone like Playdead, obviously, this deal is amazing for.
Is it though? Like inside, well, Limbo especially. Like
But Inside took how
sold,
many years to make?
yeah, Limbo has sold like gangbusters, and has
That's
had
true.
a extremely long tail.
But I bet you Inside, we heard about kind of when it came out. It did not have the same oomph Limbo did. Again, I'm not saying Inside wasn't profitable, but there definitely was a higher risk, and the industry has fundamentally shifted since they came out with Limbo.
Yeah.
In Limbo, they were one of the indie game success stories, one of the few Xbox Live Arcade games. The era that Inside came out in is like, oh, indies are more normal.
Yeah.
It wasn't this like back then. When Limbo came out, it was an indie. What? Like now it's okay. I think what's going to be interesting to me is, and I think what matters more than this deal is, I think we remember. So Epic Game Store came out with the 88-12 split, right? Which made Apple shift its rules, made Android shift its rules, made Steam make the shitty rule that we all bitch about, but it still made it shift its rules more in the developers' directions. Now that this deal is public on the table, that means like publishers who are doing other publishing of third-party games now probably have to shift their deals to be closer to this. Because right now, if I'm a studio, if I get pitched between Sony and Epic, if both of them would say yes, I would always take it. Like, I would never accept now not Epic's deal.
Well, but here's the thing. Like, Epic is solely doing this because of Tencent and
Yes.
So basically what this is Disney effectively forcing everyone out of competition. This deal, while it's good now, will hurt the industry.
I don't know if I agree that it hurt the industry, because the issue right now is, if you talk to developers on or off the record, pending what you're talking about, there is a fundamental concern for most publishers is you are signing with a publisher to survive. You're not signing with it. Most games aren't signed with publishers actually to make fundamental profits. Because the deals a lot of times in them are like not this good, or you're taking more risk up front. Or a lot of these terms were like, again, the joke that Rami had in this Twitter thread, I kind of took that from originally, was he talked to indie developers who he joked saying if you dropped 100 of them on a desert island, they would all kill each other for one of them to have a shot at this deal. Like this deal, like Devolver Digital was known for good deals. This by the sounds of it, makes them look like a bad deal. Like the publishers that were known for great deals can't stand up to this.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? This looks great. Like, and yes, it's amazing. But if everybody gets to this point, like, you're gonna see the middle publishers die because they can't afford to do deals. So Epic's gonna have everything, and then what's the saying? If somebody has, what is it from Incredibles? If everybody has superpowers, nobody's super.
Mm-hmm.
So if Epic owns everybody, then this deal means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
but it doesn't
if
mean
everybody's signing a deal with Epic, like, yeah, okay, you own your game, and you gotta fit. But here's the thing, right? Like, think of this deal. Okay, it's fully funded, and you have full ownership.
Okay.
If you suddenly get a deal from, say, Steam to market it on their marketplace.
For the sequel, I see what you're talking about, or whatever.
No, like, for the game. Like, to put it on, and they'll market it on the front page, and, you basically don't have to do anything with Steam in terms of they have servers, spin up servers, post forums, like all that Steam offers. And, they give you it at an amazing deal that Epic won't touch because Epic doesn't have the Steam does in terms of forums and community support and server spin up and stuff like that. You're still stuck with the 50-50.
Because if you don't get 50-50 deals in the place, that's the whole point, is those deals don't exist.
No, but you're still, like, this deal is great, but if you suddenly get another deal, like...
But that's called signing with any publisher. That's I think what I disagree with you on that one is, that's called when you sign with one publisher, another publisher might appear another day. Like, that's true.
Yeah, but your deal, your profit sharing deal probably isn't this, where
That's true.
it's once costs are recouped is the key word there.
Obviously, that's every deal. But like, that's still this deal is still the reason Epic is willing to release this deal publicly is because no publisher matches this deal.
So, and this is just them with a big dick. This will also hurt Epic long term because Fortnite's not going to last forever.
See, we keep saying this, but again, I bet you Fortnite's revenue still is this thing that, like, another one of those anomalies we don't talk about in the introduction we did a year ago. But, like, it's getting them money in a way that, like, is shocking.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, I think you and I are looking at this from two different lights because you're looking at this from, oh, as a game creator, this is amazing. And I'm looking at it from a business perspective, especially to other mediums. When deals like this happen in movies and TV, movies more than TV, you tend to see what we're seeing now, where there's Disney, there's basically three. There used to be 20 different houses, publishing houses.
Right.
There are now
slowly
5.
got bought up. Yeah.
Because Disney hit it big, or Universal hit it big with a movie, and was able to do these deals. What you're seeing is now, like, streaming kind of threw a wrench in that plan, because it allows indie movies a spot. But if Netflix hadn't existed, you would not see indie movies. You would not have seen 3 Billboards. You would not have seen Blumhouse turn the way that it did. So, pieces that we look on as being, like, influential, you would have never seen Shape of Water. Moonlight would have never happened. Like, movies that are exceptionally highly regarded, you would have never seen happen. Because these deals are because I can almost guarantee that Epic is going to be a hell of a lot more selective this process now, because they don't want to take on 50 indie games that are going to cost them, $2 to $3 million. They don't want to take that on if they can take on one that's going to cost them 35. So suddenly there's, 10, 15 projects that aren't getting made because of this deal.
Right, but my issue, I think, with your feel on this one is I would argue games are a different landscape in the way, A, they're always funded, and B, like, the revenue in the back end is.
And yeah, it's a totally different animal, but this is definitely here's the thing, right? Like, if Epic was succeeding, you would see people talking about it more. Like,
I would argue
especially
they
from
are
the game store.
Though.
Like, you always hear, like, every developer I've interviewed, except for maybe 2, have said, oh yeah, it's going to be out on Steam. I've heard 2 people say, oh yeah, it's going to be on the Epic Store. So they're...
Because also they're being pickier on it, where Steam's kind of still this open, uber open platform. Which is kind of Epic's one thing, is they're like, we have a baseline of quality control, is one of their arguments.
I mean, quality control is debatable. Satisfactory runs like dog shit still.
Okay, when I say quality control, I mean, like, for $100 I could put anything up on Steam.
Yeah.
I drop $100, I could be like, here's this piece of shit I spent 2 minutes on. That's, I think, the Steam issue. I think we've talked about this, where that is the issue with Steam, is there is no quality control.
They have no quality control, but they have crowd control.
Yes.
Like, it may not be...
More stuff gets buried because of that.
Oh, definitely, but stuff also rises out of shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Steam succeeds. Like, look at, obviously the deals aren't that great because Satisfactory is coming over to Steam.
Well, the deal's only 6 month exclusives. Or a year or whatever, pending. 6 months or a year exclusive deals. Original Epic deals.
It was a year. At least for Satisfactory. But the way they're wording it, it sounds like they wanted to get out of that deal.
My understanding was, which is interesting about it, because the deals had guaranteed minimums on them. Which is why devs would sign up for them, because the guaranteed minimum was enough for, okay, I at least break even now, I guarantee I break even, and then a year from now work on profits.
Yeah. I mean, like, just from... Especially from the community side of it.
Mm-hmm.
All the forums that are up on Steam right now, because the game's got a Steam page that has forums, makes it sound like people that are currently playing it on Epic, and this is just because the only reason I'm using Satisfactory as an example is because that was a game I was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's not getting updated. It got a decent sized update recently, but in terms of support from Epic, in the sense of like, oh hey, what about this problem that's on Epic's backend? They're not talking about any of that. There's zero interaction with Epic in that sense. And the developers seem very happy to come to Steam.
Mm-hmm.
So if this Epic deal is so great that they're saying it, like, why are devs running from it, seemingly?
But it depends what you mean by running, and maybe that's an example of, I'd like to see more developers than one say that, because by a lot of developers count, it was a great deal. And again, because the nature of indie games is so hard even to make profits on, the guaranteeing the breaking even point is like, for a lot of devs, like, okay, I will eat it 6 months, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, and didn't Subnautica do the same thing? They went on Epic, and then they came right back to Steam.
Right, because again, their deal term was, I think, 6 months.
Yeah. But they seemed very happy. They came back to Steam.
But they also didn't seem just happy when they're on that, though, too, and that's...
No, but it's also, like, you can put on a really good face for 6 months.
But again, though, I think it's you guaranteeing that you're breaking even is what matters. Is why, again, it's that's why I put even, but, like, that fundamentally, in an industry where the bulk indie games can't make that guarantee becomes very much worth it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's nice, but it's also like there's still a lot of people out there that see people taking deals like this and say there's a large segment of the fan base of Satisfactory that are like, I'm never buying this game because you guys went on it.
But, and again, I hear like, those, but
that backlash has been proven, like.
And I don't know if it has been. I disagree with you on that.
Subnautica's expansion, whatever, it was like below zero. I think.
Yeah.
Like, did significantly worse than projected. And that was the first thing back on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
The Subnautica released on Steam in early access, then went over to Epic, and then came back with...
But then my argument would be, on the other end, like, Borderlands 3, like, on Epic Store, broke a ton of records.
I mean, that's Borderlands. Like, that's a game with 2 previous games, one of which sold exceptionally well and built a huge fan base.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what you're telling me is, like, for example, you would say, Avengers 3 broke all kinds of records because it was on Disney.
I'm not saying because it was on Disney, but
that's what you're saying is it switched publishers and it broke all records even though it had a fan base beforehand.
But my whole point was I would argue that I don't think this backlash is this very widespread thing. Maybe on the uber indie side or the type of audience that Subnautica has, it is. But I don't think we have not seen. If it was this uber widespread thing, then we would see Epic stuff. People stop going for these Epic deals, and we're not seeing that because then the risk wouldn't be worth it.
I mean, there's also like, I hate to say it, but a lot of developers, even film developers, studios, they don't give two shits about people.
But they care about their back end, and their back end is tied to people.
If they can get a guaranteed deal, like covering the cost, they'll go for it. Especially on small scale deals where it's somebody that saved up and quit their job.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they can have a guaranteed return on an investment, even if it's a net zero, they'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't give two shits if paid them because they're on Epic. They got their game paid for.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also the problem, is the fans that want to be fans see these deals that are taken because it's guaranteed funding. Basically, it's a blank check. They see these deals as like basically slap in the face of their audience because, oh, we don't care about you guys. We're going to get money no matter what. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, there's some people that definitely should take deals.
Mm-hmm.
But these large-scale studios, like a Remedy, Playdead's not big, but...
I was like, Playdead's probably, I think, a dozen people. Whatever. It's not giant.
Yeah, but, like, Remedy is definitely for what it is. Like,
it's a decent one of those, yeah.
Yeah, it's a decently sized indie studio.
It's probably about 100 people, 80 people. That's probably like that size, what we're speaking of here.
Like, they're clearly that size and can sustain that size, so they don't need a deal like this.
Again, though, I bet you, like, 505's deal was not this, for example.
Oh, no, 505 is, like, seems to be, like, we'll pick anything up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you can't get a deal with anyone? Oh, just sign with 505.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're successful at getting games out, but isn't 505 the ones that did a AMA on 8chan?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no, that is THQ Nordic.
I knew it was one of those Euros that...
It was Nordic, because, yeah, but I was like, do you not know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah. I think that's the big news of the time. Games to watch for coming up relatively soon. RE3 Remake is April 3rd. Final Fantasy VII will be April 10th, and it's a little bit farther out, but put everyone's radar. Wasteland 3 comes out on May 19th. AJ, would you like to explain to the people what we're doing for Movie Club for the foreseeable future?
So, okay, Movie Club, obviously, since movie theaters are shut down, that kind of throws a wrench in our plans. So, for the meantime, and this is just for April now, this could change.
Could.
I mean, the movie we were going to watch in April was No Time to Die.
Mm-hmm.
26th James Bond movie, I believe.
Well, that was 25.
25 or 26?
I thought it was called Bond 25, was what we used to call it, so.
Bond 25, Spectre. So, obviously, instead of seeing that, which that is delayed until November, that is still going to be the November movie.
Bond 25 is No Time to Die, for the record.
Instead of that, we will be diving into the 24 other Bond movies to pull out 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And those are Moonraker and Die Another Day.
Ooh.
Moonraker, the first James Bond movie to break $200 million at the box office.
Really? That's exciting.
So yeah, that is Moonraker from, I believe it's 81, and Die Another Day from 2.
Yeah, Die Another Day is the last pre-Daniel Craig Bond movie.
Yep.
General note I didn't realize. One of the Bond girls in No Time to Die is the main female in Knives Out.
Anna de Armas?
Yep.
Yeah. You didn't know she was going to be in
I don't know. I don't know if I put the connection together.
It's her and Lea Seydoux.
Yep.
From Spectre.
Well, yeah, because the end of Spectre leaves it wide open. Okay.
Well, it's also, I think, it'll be we already discussed this, but I believe it's the first Bond
girl to continue. Yeah, that is correct. Okay, so yeah, that is what we're doing this one, while movie theaters are in hiatus. Remember, MomoCon, sadly delayed. We have no information. Remember, you can follow us on all of these socials. I am at Mikey_Moni. AJ is at That Detroit Boy. The show is the show is at the SWW Show. Remember, it's swwshow.com, anchor.fm/SWW. Stay tuned for the next couple weeks. We will have interviews, all that fun stuff lined up. As we're recording this, which will be last week's episode time you hear it, since we have a lot of interviews lined up, I did a bigger show with 3 different interviews, and I think that'll probably be the trend for the next couple weeks, depending how many we have built up. I try to keep at least 2 in there, but it might be 3.
Also pending how long this virus situation
Pandemic
continues.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
So it's not just the it's not just the viral pandemic. It's also the
work from home pressure.
Everything surrounding it. Yeah, like the stay at homes, all of that.
But that's all tied to it. When that goes away, they'll go away too.
So we'll see on Twitter when we get an update on MomoCon.
Yeah, because
we will be sure to
figure it out.
Tell everyone. Also, with this pandemic, obviously Formula One hasn't been happening, so the F1 Fantasy League is still happening. So as long as races happen,
it will happen.
Still hop into that. There's a tweet.
Yeah, I will pin it at some point if it reminds me. And then I think me and Dan are gonna talk at some point next week or 2 because we haven't done any Borderlands shows since the DLC came out. And now they have 2 pieces of DLC and some post content to talk about Borderlands 3. I think that's everything. You have anything else for people?
Apparently Roman Reigns has pulled out of the WrestleMania match.
Oh yeah, general note: WrestleMania, no audience, 2-night event, hosted
by Rob Gronkowski.
Oh my god.
Apparently The Miz is sick. Unclear on whether or not he got Rona.
The Miz gets the Rona. That'll be something. Okay.
I mean, are we surprised it was The Miz?
No, we're not.
I guess the only other person that I would have guessed to get it would be Dolph Ziggler.
No, Dolph Ziggler, 200%. I expected to get it.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, yeah. We'll catch you all next time. Goodbye. This podcast was a product of the SWW Show. You can find more at the swwshow.com or facebook.com/the SWW store or twitter.com/SWW. You can find out more about Mike at Mikey_Maroney on Twitter and more about AJ at Losibor on Twitter. Remember, new episodes come out twice a month, one focusing on the new entertainment news and one focusing on movie club, so new and an old movie. You can find out more again at the swwshow.com, and you can find the show on podcast services around the globe.